bounced in the first game last year. Can they rectify it this year? We'll find out a couple hours from now. Tip in 4.5.
Oh, that's very,
Right?
This store doesn't have agent force, so an AI agent didn't tip off the stylist as to what I might actually wear.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a commitment. Hey, bud, what do you think?
You know, people can see you out here.
Yeah, right. Love you too.
Agent Force helps retailers prevent fashion fails. It's what AI was meant to be.
Your life is pretty smart. But when it's time to eat, suddenly you feel out of sync. Refresh your routine with Factor. Chef-prepared meals delivered with a tap, ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Allegiance Flag Supply believes American flags should be made in America.
Our symbol of freedom made outside our borders, that did not sit right.
Join us in our mission to keep the American flag truly American. Don't settle for flags made elsewhere.
Every flag is proudly crafted in the USA with superior materials.
Visit showallegiance.com to order your high-quality, made-in-America flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
There are certain things you can do in a house that will last for the ages. TimberTech decking is one of those things. It was an obvious choice for all of the things that we wanted: appearance, durability. There is no other choice. It's that good.
For plant-based healthy blood pressure support, there's one brand at Walmart that stands above the rest. It's Super Beets. Discover why more cardiologists recommend Super Beets for heart health support than any other beet brand at superbeets.com.
This entire meal for just $6.99. Crispy Fisher chicken. Large drink, large fry, but not the cutting board. Don't be greedy. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hi. You might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,000 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to Washington, D.C. as day number 3 of the A10 tournament rolls on, and we are on to the second of 4 games today. St. Louis taking on Loyola Chicago. Up next, they're on the court right now going through starting lineups. So St. Joe's, George Washington, St. Louis, and St. Bonaventure all victorious yesterday. VCU, they started with the win today, and it was a commanding win over St. Bonaventure. Jack Collinsworth with Dr. John Giannini. So the last time these two teams met, St. Louis, they won by 30 points. I know you were talking to the coaches. What do we need to know about the details of that matchup?
Well, the St. Louis coaches don't care about remembering it because they said we could have beaten an NBA team that night. We were making every shot. We had a great environment. We know these teams are evenly matched. It's going to be a chess match. Both coaches are going to try to take away certain players, help off with some of the others. We'll see how it pans out.
And for St. Louis, Gibson Jimerson, simply put, just one of the best shooters in the country. He knocked down 6 threes yesterday to get his tournament started the right way.
Jimerson is the all-time leader in career threes in A10 history, and Loyola knows all about him because he dropped 33 on the Ramblers last time. He's been on fire lately.
And over on the other side for Loyola Chicago, it's Jaden Dawson. And Jaden Dawson, he's been the lead man from a scoring perspective throughout the course of this year, and he was just named second team all-conference.
Yeah, this is a very balanced Loyola team. They're very deep, but Dawson is an explosive athlete who also is skilled. He gets to the basket. He shoots almost 40% on threes. He's an excellent cutter. He'll dunk it on your head. He's got the whole repertoire of 3-level score for the Ramblers.
So let's meet the coaches. Drew Valentine, 4th year at Loyola Chicago, a 26-9 conference record the last 2 years. That is the best mark in the A10 over that span. And he will face off with Josh Schertz, 1st year at St. Louis, extremely successful as a D2 coach, and followed it up with just an awesome run at Indiana State, going to the NIT championship game a season ago.
So the theme here, Jack, is you can't stop everything. The coaches on both teams are going to focus on denying and shutting down leading scores and really hoping and sagging off of the others. Right there, you see Robbie Avila already in Anya. They're going to stay in the paint while they deny and chase the terrific Loyola guards.
So the Ramblers control the opening tip, a three-point opportunity off the mark from Sheldon Edwards. Isaiah Swope, always a tough matchup, and he proved that to begin his tournament.
And Loyola switching 5 right now, 6'10" on 5'10".
Swope behind the back, kicks it back out for Kobe Johnson. Johnson to Anya, and Anya is fouled as he puts up a tough shot in front of the Loyola bench, and they do not like the opening whistle.
Anya, a terrific player at everything outside of shooting the ball. Shooting 43% from the free throw line. He shoots 60% from the field because he takes great shots, layups and dunks, but really struggles from the free throw line in A10. Anya. I'm sorry, it's worse than that. It's 23% in conference games. So that's really an upset. He came into this shooting 5 for 22 in A10 games from the free throw line.
And yesterday against Davidson, who was Swope leading the way with 26 points. And a nice take inside for Loyola Chicago here. That's Miles Rubin who puts it down at the conclusion. Jemerson, though, 25 points, as mentioned. He was 6 of 11 from deep. And Swope added 5 threes to that. How about a 3 to start his day?
Swope has tremendous range and tremendous quickness. It's hard to get up on him because he can go by you.
And Winsue able to get through.
St. Louis is sagging off of Winsue and Rubin. So if someone's playing off you, Winsue says, okay, you're going to stay in the paint. I'll just dribble to the paint. I'll dribble up the slack and go into a post move. That's good coaching. They were prepared.
Isaiah Swope has it stolen away, and Jaden Dawson is fired up.
Swope with the deep range. Handoffs are often also screens. When you get that little toss, Avila turns, screens his man. But that 31-point blowout, not only did St. Louis make all their shots, but Loyola struggled to score. And St. Louis did this sagging, 2 people sagging, not guarding anyone off of Rubin and Winsue. So Loyola's prepared for it this game. See no one guarding Winsue or Rubin outside.
Dawson for 3, can't hit, but Loyola able to get an offensive rebound. Watson ran it down. Watson gets a 3-point look out of it. Won't go, put back, not there. And eventually it is scooped up by St. Louis. Here goes Swope, and he's blocked away at the rim.
You're going to see that Rubin, whether he blocks shots, intimidates, or changes shots, an elite defender, the best shot blocker in A10, number 24 for the Ramblers. And there you see the sagging.
Give it up, get it right back for Edwards, and then lost the basketball off his own shoe. And St. Louis going to get possession back.
So St. Louis keeping Anya and Avila back, chasing the shooters, not guarding Winsue or Rubin on this end. You're going to see Loyola sag off of Anya and not guard him. So Rubin will stay back, be like a goaltender, and the other 4 players will switch so Robbie Avila can't pick and pop or pick and roll and be wide open. And if there's a mismatch, Rubin will double, try to clean it up.
So a 4-4 start as Winsue will get a break. Isaiah Swope to Jemerson, catches it high, quick release, a nice putback that's left short. Robbie was on the spot, but Avila can't get the finish. Here's Watson through contact, no. A nice job by his teammate, though, coming in. It's Wakoria, the putback. Avila lost it. Gets it back. Jemerson sets a screen. Jemerson on the roll. One more pass. Great look from Robbie. A better look from Jemerson. And Anya with the finish.
Even though Loyola knows St. Louis, when you set a screen for a center, people aren't used to pick and rolls with the center being the ball handler, but Avila has a unique skill set, the best passing big man among centers nationally. And now the sagging off, we said when your man sags, if you can't shoot, they're trying to bait you into a jump shot that you're not good at. So we've seen Winsu and now Rubin just dribble up slack, dribble into the paint when their defenders playing off them, and it's worked for them. They're prepared.
Jemerson, that quick release, and not a great start for Jemerson from 3. Loyola Chicago, an early lead, 8-6. Avila the setup, Jemerson the drop off, and a nice bucket for St. Louis.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Now she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's enough, you two.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's 2.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
When things go sideways, will you be ready? Meet the new Patriot Power Generator 1200, a solar generator that's lightweight with more capacity and more life cycles, and recharges twice as fast, all at a fraction of the price. In a blackout, power lights, TVs, medical equipment, even your fridge. No gas, fumes, or noise. It's safe to use inside your home. This is about peace of mind. Get your new solar generator and free solar panel at forpatriots.com.
The Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Championship is coming to Washington, D.C. That's right, March 12th through the 16th at Capital One Arena. You'll see action that's high-flying, show-stopping, rim-rattling. This is an event you don't want to miss. 15 teams will compete, but only one will become a champion. Scan the QR code for ticket packages and seating options, or visit Atlantic10.com/tickets, or any A10 school box office.
And welcome back to the nation's capital. An 8-6 start for Loyola Chicago, and we check in on the sidelines with Kim Adams.
Hey, Jack. Well, Gibson Jemerson has had a storied career, second all-time in the Atlantic 10 with more than 2,400 career points. But what makes his journey unique is he decided to stick it out at St. Louis for his entire 6-year career. And I asked him, in this day and age, why stay, even amidst coaching changes? And he said, St. Louis is really a place that I call home. He really enjoys the idea of loyalty and leaving a legacy, setting records, something that he's done plenty of. And Gibson has taken advantage of that time by earning multiple degrees. He has an MBA. He said he's actually not certain that he will continue playing professionally. It's something he's going to decide after the season. But in the meantime, he's laying the groundwork for potential real-world jobs in St. Louis. But for right now, he said he's just taking it all in and enjoying this final A10 tournament. Wow, he keeps rolling. I have to call him Dr. Gibson Jemerson. You were breaking that whole process down to me. To the lane we go, and look at Loyola Chicago, Des Watson.
So the Billikens are still sagging 2 in the lane, now off of Quinn and the center Deloach. You would think they'd stop points in the paint, but like Loyola scoring in the paint, ironically though, not from 3, because they are sagging, they could stay with Loyola's 3-point shooters.
Anya tried to lob it up. Off target. Des Watson makes a pay.
So as I said, St. Louis is staying attached to Watson in the half court, so transition, he finally gets a little bit of breathing space.
7-0 run for the Ramblers.
They'll switch this screen over here. They don't want Avila to get open.
Avila yet to really get himself going. He's taking his time here. 5 to shoot. Avila, now he's doubled. Double team leaves him. He's getting fouled, and eventually the whistle comes.
It's too bad because it was perfect defense over here. Helped just at the right time by Deloach. And it's the loose ball that he fouls on. The actual stop was done perfectly. But then with the ball bouncing, he grabs Avila.
Robbie can fill it up. He has 9 20-point games on the season. In the last month of the season, 4 games with 20 or more points. Swope gives it up, gets it right back. Now Swope trying to get to the basket. Drops it for Johnson. 5 to shoot. Johnson trying to get a shot off. He can't. 2 to shoot. Gives it up last second. And Jemerson, they just took too long.
Deloach, the last 2 times, their rule is, hey, don't help. We don't want to leave shooters, but at the last second, if someone needs help, help them. Look at Deloach. At the last second, watch Deloach step in here. He's doing a terrific job clogging up the lane and helping anyone who needs it, but he's not over-helping and leaving anyone open at the same time.
Look at this pass. Sneak it through. Just a beauty. Deloach snuck it through to Edwards.
We said St. Louis is flat out denying top blocking, staying with Loyola shooters. When you can't catch the ball, cut it. And even though Avila is back there, he's not a shot blocker.
Avila to Jemerson. Good look.
Second time Loyola's confused by a 6'10 guy playing the role of point guard. They shouldn't be because they know Avila does that, but he's one of the few 6'10 guys in the country who does it.
That stopped a 9-0 run as Des Watson is eating them up. Loose basketball, just a giveaway by St. Louis. It's McCottry who couldn't handle it. And Amari McCottry, actually a very good start to his tournament yesterday.
So when you can't catch the ball, watch this. The defense is in denial. So when you can't catch it, you cut to the rim because your man's between you and the ball, not between you and the rim. And Avila, even though he's back there, is really not a factor as a shot blocker.
The true freshman McCottry came off the bench for 15 points. He was 5 of 5 from the field a day ago and added 4 rebounds. Avila there defending and can't handle him. He's saying too small. Deloach on his way back down the court.
Deloach is playing with a lot of fire and emotion. Avila actually played very good defense and forced him into a jump hook outside the lane. Tip your hat to Deloach.
You've seen a lot of A10 hoops. Have you seen anybody give Avila the too small this year?
that is March Madness emotions right there.
Ooh, look at him go.
He's feeling it on the defensive end as well. And it's a two-headed center monster. Deloach and Rubin, both big-time players. Deloach a little more experienced and stronger. Rubin younger and bouncy and elite shot blocker.
McCottry to his left hand and contact there. A smile from Wakoria, who didn't think he fouled it.
McCottry is huge for a lot of reasons, but St. Louis has the second least bench points in America. Their starting lineup scores 88% of the points. That's the most in America. McCottry's emergence as a really good sub as a freshman is huge for their depth. On top of it, he had 15 yesterday. He's just breaking out himself.
Able to get it into Swope. In between the legs from Swope. Takes his time, look at the handles. Shot won't go. McCottry there for the board, and McCottry is fouled. He'll get 2 shots out of that.
McCottry on call. He is a freshman who has future A10 potential written all over him. Interesting, they've had a lot of injuries at St. Louis this year. That's one of the reasons that they don't go very deep. And McCautry has had to play at 6'6", point guard in practice every day, but it's made him better as a decision maker, his confidence and skill to have the ball in his hands all the time. And late in the year, he's doing a great job.
A couple of early fouls on Sheldon Edwards, who will take a seat as a couple of subs check in for Loyola. It's Winsue coming back in. Jaden Dawson into the game as well, joined by Jalen Quinn. Miles Rubin in there. So Loyola Chicago, good start, 9-point lead to get their tournament rolling. Here's Watson using that screen effectively, and as he rises for the jumper, he took the contact.
So when you drop cover, when you keep Avila way back at the rim, and on that play they also had Warlick siding off of Winsue. What happens then is when Watson gets a screen, Avila's back, and there's no one to prevent him from taking a mid-range shot. Now, analytics people say it's hard to win on mid-range shots. You get more out of layup, shoot a higher percentage. You get more points per shots on three. So right now, St. Louis, with the way they're covering drop coverage, they're basically saying what we're willing to give up over here is mid-range shots from your guards. And potentially Rubin and Winsue backing us down one-on-one, but we'll take those if we eliminate your three-point shooter.
And of note, that is the second foul on Isaiah Swope, who was playing with 4 fouls a day ago.
Second foul for him is really significant. Coach Schurtz is going to leave him in.
15-4 run for Loyola. Tick over to Warlick.
He's not going to score on Rubin. And I don't think... Watch Rubin when people challenge him.
Here's one to shoot. They got to get something in the air here. And not a great offensive possession by St. Louis. A good defensive possession by Loyola.
Yeah, this strategy really bothered Loyola last time, but with a week of practice, they know exactly what to do right there. Dribble up the slack. You're sagging, doesn't matter, we're going to back in.
Winsue, he liked that matchup and went into attack mode on Dylan Warlick. Really a good start for the Ramblers.
Hey, it's RV Harvey.
Guilty as charged.
Good weekend in the RV?
How was the lake?
RV. Catch any walleye? That's my man.
This is getting out of hand. All I ever wanted was to be the cool boss with an RV and a fun nickname. Now I have to know what a walleye is?
Hey, all that matters is that you bundled your RV and boat with your home and auto insurance.
And got great savings and coverage. Sounds like an expert outdoorsman to me.
I kind of overdid it with the decor, didn't I?
Way overboard.
That's great. So what now? You've been dying to go one-on-one with me, so let's get it on. One of us needs to push him into a corner, and the other one needs to show him the way out.
Good cop, bad cop?
I wouldn't exactly call it that.
Call it that, or I'm not doing it.
Good cop, bad cop it is.
Suits LA, new Sunday on NBC and
Now you want people to see you, Kanan. I want them to see me as me, not who my mother is.
Get trusted! You even know the difference between right and wrong?
I know the difference between life and death.
They think I'm dead. I ain't never been more alive. If you want people to see you as you gotta let them know who you are.
Get Stars for only $5.49 a month for 3 months. Order today.
In the last matchup between these two teams, St. Louis had success sagging in the paint. But what Loyola learned, and they've had a week to learn on it, is if you're going to sag off me, I'm just going to dribble down, take that empty space, and work myself into a post move, get to close range. And they, after a week of practice, are well prepared, unfazed, and got an 11-point lead early. St. Louis may have to rethink this strategy that worked so well in the first matchup, but not so much today when Loyola knew what was coming.
The points in the paint have been the difference. Watson, he leads the way with 9 points. Next leading scorer would be Rubin with 4 for the Ramblers. Leave Isaiah Swope in the game with those 2 fouls. Headed to the free throw line is Winsu.
So we've seen this in this tournament. What do you do when the player has 2 fouls in the first half? Most coaches take them out. It's an old John Chaney, the A10 legend rule that, listen, if you get 2 fouls and you're a good player, you're going to sit the rest of the half, so we know we got you the whole second half. The analytics people, the younger coaches, what they find is players rarely foul a lot of games. It's overly conservative to sit a good player in the first half. So Coach Shirt's following the analytics, believing that Swope won't foul out of this game, and letting him go here in the first half, especially with this team down. That's another factor, too. You don't want to take a great player out when your team's struggling.
McCautry comes to get it. McCautry slipped a bit, trying to turn the corner, and now 2 defenders come to him. Warlick is wide open, and Warlick can hit.
Warlick, another freshman, getting early minutes over here. Only made 3 threes in A10 play, but left wide open, he was confident.
It's only his 5th total made 3 of the season, but he did shoot at 36%.
Boy, they're still sagging off the non-shooters. Now watch, Rubin says, okay, I'm just going to back in there.
Rubin, and Rubin walked.
Extra help in the lane for Loyola, leaves Warlick open. And a good freshman-to-freshman kick-out. I'm telling you, this freshman class at St. Louis, they don't play much because the big 3, Swope, Jimerson, Avila, and then Anya, Johnson, these guys are so experienced. There's just not as much an opportunity for the freshmen, but it's a good group.
Avila has it just stolen away. Pocket is picked. And on the run are the Ramblers to the rim. Jaden Dawson. The rematch looking a little different, huh, Doc?
Avila's patience is usually a good thing. That time he waits a little too long and says, Dawson says, I'll take that from you. And the Ramblers ramble on.
Your life is pretty smart. But when it's time to eat, suddenly you feel out of sync. Refresh your routine with Factor. Chef-prepared meals delivered with a tap, ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Your data is valuable. To hackers, it's worth more than gold. Protect yourself with McAfee, the gold standard against hackers and criminals. With McAfee, you can browse, shop, and bank online with complete confidence. Get McAfee all-in-one security today.
So Loyola, they were 16-1 at home this year, 5-5 on the road. They were 0-4 on neutral courts, but just very strong in the conference. 12-6, and you mentioned what they've done in the conference the last couple of years. This group's playing to start the tourney.
Yeah, and going back to their recent history, 7 out of 8 20-win seasons. You know, this has been a terrific program, and going to St. Louis right now, Avila needs to do what the Loyola big guys are doing, which is just back in. But once you get in there, go to work. That last time he took a little too much time and got tied up.
Swope, too much space. Left it a little short. Offensive rebound, fought for, and then eventually taken away by Dawson. Winsu to Watson, back to Winsu. Look at this pass. Finish not there, but a good look by Winsu. St. Louis wants to run. Warlick with it. The lane just opened up for Orlick. He can't get the two. Orlick gets it back. Now he's trying to kick it back to three-point land and does. Swope, he can't hit. Winsu to the paint. Winsu can't use the glass from that spot. Gets it back. Has it poked away. The referees look at each other, and possession will stay here.
Avila does not come out of games often. He doesn't have any fouls, and he has a very close relationship with Coach Schertz. Two guys that really believe in each other. Yet, I think he's taken Avila out to get a point, to make sure he's focused when he gets in, to be more aggressive offensively and more protective of the rim on the defensive end.
Edwards checks back into the game. The Ramblers with a couple of fouls. Anya, good look ahead to Warlick.
It's a beautiful St. Louis offense. They shoot a ton of threes, the highest rate of threes in the A10. But what that does is it extends offense, defenses, and opens up backdoor cuts. They have the best two-point percentage in the A10. Number 6 in the country. They make twos because they get layups.
Edwards knocks down a three. Kobe Johnson back to the scorer's table for St. Louis. McCautry's blocked at the rim. Miles Rubin got a hand up high.
If you know Miles Rubin's game and his shot blocking ability, you can anticipate those. When someone drives at him, he's going to block that most of the time.
Watson to the rim, and Watson took contact. He'll shoot two.
The #1 shot blocker in the A10, #9 nationally in block rate. He's a tough guy to challenge. That is a good move against most players by McCautry, but Rubin gets most of those.
74 blocks on the year for Miles Rubin. He had 15 double-digit scoring games. Last year appeared in 33 games. He made 30 starts as well as a freshman, but all of his numbers jumped up this season. 6'10", 210-pounder out of Chicago, Illinois. Very high on him.
How about shooting 70% from the field? This guy is a rim protector and a finisher at the rim. So if layups are the most efficient shot in basketball, Rubin's going to block them, stop the other team, but he's going to make his layups and dunks. So he adds to efficiency in a big way.
Watson has 11.
There's the sagging. Both these teams sag off non-shooters.
Kobe Johnson can't hit. And a good hard-fought rebound. Wakoria. Three-pointer at the other end. Left short. And scooped up by McCautry. McCautry stolen away. That's Quinn. Good hands by Jalen Quinn. Loose basketball, but the Ramblers able to pick it back up. Quinn to Rubin. Now Watson. Watson the floater. Trying to keep that possession alive and eventually stepped on that line. 29-15. What a start this is for Loyola.
Order Arby's $6.99 Big Crispy Fish Meal, an upgrade to a large fry and drink. Or order crispy chicken, because options. Arby's, we have the meats.
Experience the joy of Wicked like never before. March 21st, Peacock is the streaming home of Wicked.
They'll never bring us down.
Wicked, rated PG, streaming only on Peacock, March 21st.
I'm more than relaxing MS, and I want to spend my time my way. I chose Kesimpta because it works for me and my busy life.
Kesimpta is a B-cell treatment that gives you the power of proven results. For reduced relapses
and slow disability progression. When ready, I take it at home in 1 minute a month.
Don't take if you've had an allergic or life-threatening reaction to Kesimpta or have hepatitis B. Your doctor should test for hepatitis B before treatment. If you've had it, it could return. Serious side effects, including fatal infections, can happen, especially taken before or after other medicines that weaken the immune system. PML, a rare brain infection that may be fatal or cause severe disability, can occur. Tell your doctor if you had or plan to have vaccines, or you are or plan to become pregnant. It's not known if Kesimpta will harm your unborn baby. Certain antibodies may decrease and should be monitored. Most common side effects are upper respiratory infection, headache, and injection reactions, including swelling, itching, pain, skin redness, fever, headache, muscle pain, chills, and tiredness.
Ask your doctor about starting with Kesimpta for RMS.
The A10 men's conference tournament is on USA all day. George Washington takes on George Mason next, right here on USA.
Loyola's defense has been swarming, protecting the rim, helping each other out. When that ball gets to the paint, there's bodies there. And, of course, Miles Rubin, maybe the best shot blocker in the A10. Again, Robbie Avila gets in there, swarm, active hands, and Loyola's off and running. Their defense has been terrific. Their offense has been equally as good. They're prepared for St. Louis is sagging. They're getting points in the paint just by dribbling up open space and getting into good scoring position. They're setting screens for their scorers, and their scorers are getting downhill and not necessarily going all the way to the rim, but getting those mid-range shots. This is a well-prepared Loyola team. When you lose to a team, I think the losing team always has the mental advantage the next game. They're going to make adjustments, and they're going to be motivated.
Jemerson airballs a three. And let's check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. I was just listening into the St. Louis huddle. Coach Schertz said offensively they need to get a lot more ball movement. He said that's what we're best at. He's seeing too much ISO ball, and players speaking up in the huddle themselves saying they need to screen harder and make layups, and then coach telling them they have to rebound. They are getting outworked right now, and it is the postseason. So coach was fired up in that huddle.
Sure are. A lot of hoops still to play. Swope comes to get it. Swope is doubled. Thought about a three. Now he does take the three.
Huge mistake by Loyola because they left the person with the ball. The one person you have to guard is the guy with the ball because he's the only one who can score at that moment. And they got confused and both left Swope. Wrong guy to leave.
DeLoach trying to get rid of it and does. Here's Edwards. Edwards back to Quinn, who's left wide open for three. That's not even close. Rebound tipped around. Jemerson comes down with it. Swope wants to run. Robbie Avila yet to score in this game. Give it up last second. Anya to the rack.
That's how dynamic Swope is. Beat your man, draw help. Now someone's open, and Anya being smart. He shoots such a high percentage because when he's open, he's going right to the rim for layups and dunks.
St. Louis chipping away.
Single coverage.
Jalen DeLoach in the post, and DeLoach gets the better of that matchup with Avila.
St. Louis, in theory, trying to have Avila and Anya sag, protect the rim, but all people are doing is just dribbling into the lane while they're sagging. And they don't want to double and leave Loyola's excellent shooting guards open. And as I said, Loyola's just prepared for this. St. Louis beat Loyola doing exactly this. Loyola's had a week to prepare. And that's why I say the losing team, often motivationally and strategically through making adjustments, has the advantage in the next game.
Three-point arc has not been hot so far. Loyola 28.6%. St. Louis shooting it at 27.3%. St. Louis leads in that category by one. They've hit three of them.
Yeah, both teams are sticking with shooters by laying off in the paint, but they're getting hurt in the paint, ironically.
And Jemerson, he still can't find his shot as he shakes his head back and forth on his way back to defense.
Well, his shots, and he's been on fire lately, but he doesn't have much time to get his shots off. Look at the perimeter players. They are all over the guards, not allowing three-point shots.
Here's Watson with Swope on him, and Swope's in foul trouble, so he has to be careful in a jump ball.
Swope has to be real careful. I thought he might have bumped him with his hips on that.
I'm with you.
I think this could have been a foul right there. Boom. But the interesting thing, they were going into each other. I actually think that's good officiating because there's a back end and a bump, and they're both equally responsible for the contact.
Jimerson comes into this game on an absolute heater, but he is 0 of 4 from 3 to kick this one off. Swope, good look, and Swope is going to set up free throw opportunities for Anya.
Pick and roll. And Loyola has great emphasis on stopping Swope. They watched that game yesterday where Swope was outstanding, scoring 26. But this is an adventure. Remember, in A10, Anya is shooting 22%. Even Shaq would shake his head at that one.
Yeah. 32% on the season, worse than that in the conference. 23 of 72 from the line, so they found the right guy. It's a decent looking stroke for that percentage, is it not?
When Shaq thinks you're not a good free throw shooter, that's a problem.
It's a problem. Well, Shaq's stroke was a lot uglier. I do remember that. Also hope he's not listening. Kick it over for Dawson. And Dawson, the pull-up. Oh, yeah.
And that's actually the shot St. Louis wants Loyola to take, but Loyola has worked on that. They're confident. They're willing to take what the defense gives them. Loyola is completely unfazed by anything St. Louis is doing in this game.
Johnson, Avila, calls for the rock and gets it. 10 to shoot. Off the glass he goes. Can't hit it. The putback is pure. Look at Anya flash to the basket.
I'm telling you, if Anya can make his free throws, he's a very good player. He's an excellent passer. He's an excellent defender. He's an excellent rebounder. If he could just make his free throws, boy.
Rubin can't hit. St. Louis has to work hard to get the rebound. Eventually, Anya jumps out of bounds and flips it to his teammate Swope. Swope to the left hand, the step back. Look at that move, wow.
He's just so dynamic.
Gives Swope 8 points.
And of the big three, Swope is doing his part. Avila has not found his comfort level yet in this game.
Stolen away, Jimerson on the run.
There's the easiest shot Jimerson may have had all year because in his defense, his threes have to be rushed, and they're always rushed. He often makes them, but today, not.
So a little run from St. Louis. Get this lead under 10.
Jimerson, the three-point shooter, gets a rare opportunity. A dunk for the sharpshooter. He'll take it. Put that on his highlight film.
I didn't use Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, so an AI agent didn't send me the fastest route to my gate, which has changed.
I'll tell the pilot to hold the plane. They got an app for that, dude.
Agent Force helps Heathrow create a first-class experience. Agent Force. It's what AI was meant to be.
This entire meal for just $6.99. Crispy Fisher chicken. Large drink, large fry, but not the cutting board. Don't be greedy. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hey, hockey fans, BetMGM's second chance offer is here. If you bet on a player to score the first goal of the game and instead he scores the second, light the lamp. Second chance, you get your money back in cash. Nailed it, second Jamie.
Get the second chance offer from BetMGM, where we know how to treat you right.
Dave likes things hot. So when he wanted to heat up his sex life, he came to us. Rove Spark's dual-action formula acts fast and lasts long, so you will too. 2 ingredients in 1 spark means more for everyone. Now, when she wants the heat,
I got the spark.
we got you, Dave. Connect with the provider and find out if sparks are right for you at ro.co/sparks.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
I am Ahmed Fareed. Coming up on the U.S. Bank Halftime Report, Matt McCall in studio with a look at how the Ramblers are guarding Robbie Avila so far in this game. Plus a look around college basketball, including news in the Big Ten. Another school is looking for a head coach. All of that coming up at the half. Jack?
How do we look forward to all of the above as St. Louis starting to tighten it up in this first half? You mentioned Avila still trying to get himself off and running here. The big three, Swope, Robbie, and Gibson, Jimerson as well. Up top, that is for the season. In the middle is the second round against Davidson, what they did. And the bottom is today. 4 points for Jimerson and 8 points for Swope. Robbie has done a whole lot of nada.
And to let people know, this is the only trio in America that averages over 16 points a game. So these guys are a potent trio, and Avila with 0 points is very surprising at this point. I don't know what will happen in the next 2 minutes. I guarantee you after halftime, adjustments will be made, and Robbie Avila will be put in position to succeed, and he'll attack that with confidence. But right now, he's struggling.
Picking up the slack has been Anya with his 7 points and 4 rebounds. Dawson to Rubin. Miles Rubin working the post over to the left hand, but he traveled.
Single coverage on the post, and the great thing about single coverage is if you don't need the double team, you have all the 4 other players covered. And Rubin has scored a bit in the post, and he's not bad down there, but his forte is really defense.
Swope to Johnson to Anya. Anya, the floater, that is off the mark, and it's scooped up by Winsue. Edwards calls for the basketball. Winsue takes it himself. And he won. So back-to-back travels for the Ramblers.
So I know Kim mentioned about Jimerson. He's an academic All-American. He's got his master's degree. He's thinking of life after basketball. He's known as a great shooter, but right there's an example. His defense and size and strength is a little bit underrated. I really believe he'll be in the NBA Summer League and have a chance to show what he can do and maybe get a crack at that next level.
What would impress you as an NBA prospect? Is it the quick release?
Yeah, just so three-point shooting is at a premium. He's an elite shooter. At the pro level, he won't be a defensive focal point, so he'll get open looks. That in itself would make me want to look and see, can his defense be decent at that level? You don't know until you get the opportunity.
And that's exactly what Avila needed. Smaller defender on him, chance to go to the basket, and now a chance to go to the free throw line, get his scoring underway. That's 2 fouls on Dawson.
Well, I said it would definitely be the second half. I don't know about the next 2 minutes, but Coach Schertz is ahead of me, and after that last media timeout, obviously drew something up, because there's no reason Avila can't have success in this game, as he normally does, whether it's scoring down low or kicking out for assists.
With a couple of fouls, Jaden Dawson will take a seat as Sheldon Edwards checks back into the game for him. And Robbie is still trying to find that rhythm.
And you know, you feel St. Louis is really not playing well. They're only down 7. Two people sagging, they're sticking with it. They're going to dribble up the slack here.
7 on the shot clock. Ramblers got to get in motion. And this is a foul. Go against Anya. It's Kamani Winsue headed to the free throw line.
Coach Valentine very pleased with that outcome. It's clear he has told the players that aren't being guarded, make them guard you. make them guard. Don't let anyone help off you. It's a form of basketball disrespect. If someone's playing at you, go after them. And Winsu's gotten to the free throw line several times doing that.
Just a 64% free throw shooter on the season, and true to his percentage with the first shot. Subs come in. That's Quinn checking back into the game for Loyola.
Winsu, like Anya, gets assists, rebounds, defends, does a lot of things well, but is a critical player without necessarily shooting the ball much. (35-27) as we have 45 seconds to play in this first half. Swope dribbling. Swope the step back. One of his favorite moves, that's why. And the timing of that was at 40 seconds, so St. Louis could get a 2-for-1 possession. Great talent, skill, and timing. 11 points for Swope as he cuts it to a 5-point game. Watson a step back. Watson says here's a replay. Jemerson, 7 to play in this first half. They go back to the hot hand of Swope, and Swope left it well short. 3 seconds to play. Ramblers can get a shot from half court, and off the backboard, no good. So just when you thought St. Louis would be feeling very good heading into halftime, the answer first, though, Swope. 2-for-1, 40 seconds left. Knocks down a tough three. And on the other end, the answer. Watson, the step back, so much skill. St. Louis has not played well. They have to feel good about being down only 8. And let's check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. Coach, I know they just hit a 3 there, but you hold a talented offensive team to 30 points. What have you liked about the execution on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, just our attention to detail and urgency is the biggest thing with them. Jemerson's flying around, Swope's flying around. Obviously, Robbie, with what we're trying to do, whether we're doubling, whether we're not, kind of bluffing a little bit, you just gotta have a high sense of urgency and attention to detail. So I think our guys are locked in.
And that was a big bucket there. How was your senior, Des Watson, set the tone offensively for your group?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly an all-league player, and I don't know why nobody voted him, but he's making a point right now.
All right, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Kim, Coach, thank you. Ramblers 38, St. Louis 30, our score at the half. And coming up after the break, Ahmed Fareed and Matt McCall break down this first half of play and everything they're seeing in college hoops around the country.
Safe Light Repair. Safe Light Replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe Light Repair. Safe Light Replace.
Go to SafeLight.com and schedule a replacement today.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original VeriDesk, the world's leading standing desk solution. Imagine working happier and healthier with a workspace designed for your comfort. VeriDesks are easy to set up in minutes, and they're built to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your work and your well-being. Shop our sale and make your dream office a reality.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Juggling bills is hard, but then I started banking with Varo, and life got easier. With Varo Advance, I can borrow up to $500 over time. Plus, I get 30 days to pay it back. Join millions of happy customers at Varo today.
This is where we prepare, stretch, challenge, wonder, dream, rise. This is where we find the truth and where we find ourselves.
Welcome to the U.S. Bank NBC Halftime Report.
New St. Louis was going to shoot the three-point shot. Only have made 4 in the game, 3 of them by that guy, Isaiah Swope. He's got 11 points. Loyola Chicago, Jalen DeLoach, Des Watson, he's got 14. Making St. Louis look small in the first 20 minutes of this one. It's an 8-point game. Welcome to the U.S. Bank Halftime Report. Ahmed Fareed here with Matt McCall. So it's an 8-point game. Defensively, Loyola Chicago has done the job on St. Louis. Offensively, they're shooting over 50%. What have you liked the most from the Ramblers?
I'm with Coach. I'm with Coach Valentine. How is Des Watson not on an all-league team?
Okay.
Maybe we can help change that later on in our show today. But Des Watson is one of the best players in the Atlantic 10. So we got to start there. Coach having his players back. I love it. Defensively, clearly Loyola Chicago prepared to play St. Louis. I don't know if they prepared all week in practice, but that's surely what it looks like. Yeah. Step 1, they're not even guarding Anya. Whoever is defending him, he's backing up all the way in the lane and providing extra help. Step 2, because they have bigger guards, they're able to switch ball screens. That's exactly what they're doing on Avila. They are switching every single pick and roll that he sets. And when they switch, they front the post and trust the help on the backside. First pick and roll right here. Jaden Dawson switches it. Look at how hard he's working in the post to front the post. Then Des Watson has his help on the backside of the floor, continuing to have his hands up and keep his body on him. Another ball screen. Now Des Watson switches, keeps his body on him, moves him back so they can't throw this pass. When you have bigger guards that are physical, you can do this. Another ball screen, middle of the floor. Jaden Dawson switches on him. Now Avila gets it kind of in that high post area. Watch the post defense and the physicality here of Dawson. He can't back him down, turns him into a turnover, stays down. And this is the other key for this Loyola Chicago team in the first half. Points off turnovers, they have 9. Credit those guards from Loyola Chicago, their physicality, taking him away. He only has 2 field goal attempts. Clearly, that is the game plan.
That's interesting, too, because Loyola Chicago had the double bye last year. They had time to game plan. Didn't work out quite as well for them last year, so maybe Drew Valentine taking some notes on what to do differently this year. If you're looking at St. Louis, too, it's not only Avila with 1 point from the free throw line. It's Gibson Jimerson, who's got 4 points, 0 for 4 from three-point land.
Listen, continue to run ball screens, but you have to now roll Avila on the inside of the floor. Get the basketball to the second side of the floor. Maybe get some high-low action because you can't front the post like that. You'll give up passes on high-lows.
All right, so second half still to come. This is game number 2 of the day in D.C. Game number 1, in case you missed it, St. Bonaventure versus VCU. You see, second half, we pick it up. VCU already up 11 offensively. They were high-flying. Max Shulga did not have a huge offensive game scoring the ball, but career-high 11 assists.
Impacted winning, Ahmed Fareed. Impacted winning. His head, his eyes are always up, pushing the basketball in transition. He knew, listen, they're going to be physical with him and take his scoring away, so he's got to impact the game in other ways. How about the full-court bounce pass to Zeb Jackson? Up, and away for the finish. No foul call there, Ahmed?
There was no foul.
A
coach has always got to. It's like that's not even the story of the game, but a coach always has to call out an official for a bad call. 10 points here. You see another give and go, alley-oop down low. Shulga finding a teammate once again. VCU was the favorite coming into this tournament. I thought maybe the Bonnies would give them a little bit of a run. That was not the case in this game.
They played like the favorite, no question about it, and they had the home court advantage. VCU Ram Nation showed up for this game.
You saw Jack Clark in the highlight, 17 points for him, 6 rebounds. As VCU is moving on to the semifinals. We got to take a break when we come back. Big Ten tournament also in the quarterfinal stage. First game of the day in Indianapolis was the 1 seed in Michigan State. They're moving on. We'll show you how that happened. Some news also in the Big Ten. A coach gone. That news next.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
You don't have to be a prepper to protect you or the ones you love.
Introducing the new Patriot Power Generator 1200, a solar generator that's lighter, more affordable, and more powerful. In a blackout, power lights, TVs, medical equipment, even your fridge. No gas, fumes, or noise. It's safe to use inside your home. You'll even get a solar panel absolutely free. This is about your peace of mind. Get your new solar generator and free solar panel at forpatriots.com.
What's it like? Always knowing the truth.
I could just tell.
When anyone is lying.
I think there's been a murder. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
You ever gamble? Because you could make a killing.
Nah.
Poker Face, Sundays at 10 on USA.
2 Guinness.
Oh, we're not going to drink that. Macallan, 25, 3 of them. Harvey Specter, nice to meet you. Do you want to play with me, or would you like to play against me? Oh, you think I couldn't take you?
Suits LA, new Sunday on NBC and
Meal kits are the worst. No, really, I've tried them all and they are all the same. But something better has entered the chat. That something is Tovala. Say goodbye to meal kits and say hello to dinner that cooks itself. Tovala takes all the guesswork out of your daily cooking. Just scan a code, sit back, and let the Tovala do the rest. Fresh, effortless meals that cook themselves? Yeah, it's a vibe. It's Tovala. Get started at tovala.com.
Wendy's.
Check in on the Big Ten quarterfinals. First game of the day in Indy, Michigan State, Oregon. Jaden Akins, the steal, dunk on the fast break. And then later, end of the first half, we got Jeremy Fears looking for Jace Richardson, the phenom freshman.
The phenom freshman. Since he has been injected into the starting lineup on February 8th, Michigan State has only lost one time. But Oregon had some fight in this game. Biddle on the inside with the flex, the finish, and the and one.
So 4-point game, and then later on, next possession, Keyshawn Bartholomew for 3. It's a 1-point game. Would Sparty respond?
They always had a response from the 3-point line. Frankie Fiddler knocking it down. And then who is it? Again, Jace Richardson with the dump off.
Cohen Carr. We see that a lot. So it is an 8-game winning streak for Tom Izzo and Michigan State. That dates back to February 15th. When did you say Jace went into the starting lineup?
February 8th.
So not too long after that, they have just been winning and winning and may find themselves all the way in that championship game, their first semifinal appearance since 2022. We got some big news in the Big Ten as well. According to multiple reports, Iowa has parted ways and fired head coach Fran McCaffrey. He was there for 15 seasons. He reached 7 NCAA tournaments in his 15 years as the school's all-time leader in wins with 297. Iowa finished 17-16 this year. They lost to Iowa yesterday. He was actually ejected in the second half after a couple of technical fouls. So Iowa moving on from their head coach in Fran McCaffrey. Moving on to the SEC. Number 1 seed, Auburn. Number 8 seed, Ole Miss. Janai Broom, player of the year.
The spin move with the footwork on the baseline. And then Baker Mazzara, just throw it up there. The National Player of the Year will go grab it and finish it.
You think he is the National Player of the Year?
Well, the only other guy he's competing with is on the sideline right now with an ankle injury.
Hold on. How about Sean Padula? Because he had the game winner for Ole Miss yesterday. Steal, layup in the other end. And then check out this move. He's making a late charge. Player of the Year.
Padula. No, but too much Janai Broom right now. We got a tight one, but the big fella finishing on the inside with the and one.
Looks like Auburn pulling away the final minutes of that. Whoa, look at that act. That is a giant ladder on a man's nose. That's impressive. So are these first-half stats for Loyola Chicago. On the defensive side, you see those holding St. Louis to 4 3-pointers. 8-point game. We got Jack, John, and Kim after this.
This has been the U.S. Bank Halftime Report.
Introducing Applebee's new Big Easy menu, starting at $11.99. Applebee's new Big Easy menu. Get it while you can.
Searching for the perfect underwear? Tommy John combines innovation and excellence in every pair. Available in multi-packs, Tommy John's breathable second skin underwear is even softer than cotton with up to 4 times the stretch of competing brands. We've also crafted indulgently soft second skin sleepwear for him and her for luxurious evenings and mornings. Invest in your comfort worry-free. If you don't love your first purchase, we'll make it right, because if you dress to the nines, your underwear should be a 10. Go to TommyJohn.com and get 25% off your first order.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Whether it's your future health, your future income, or your future happiness, becoming an AARP member today can help. Join now for just $15 for your first year with automatic renewal and get a second membership free. Plus, you'll receive an insulated trunk organizer. Call or go online to join today, because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
When I work with my clients and they ask me questions, hey, what do you recommend? You know, do I go with wood? Do I go with TimberTech? It's always a no-brainer for me. I'm always telling them to go with TimberTech, and they're always asking me, well, why TimberTech? There's 10 different options out there. And the answer is just grab some samples. I mean, there's just so many different color options, different textures. It's easy to work with, fire resistant, and the maintenance, you can't argue that. You want low maintenance, go with TimberTech. It really changed the game for me. What can I tell you? It's a great product.
So 38-30, Ramblers by 8 at the break. St. Louis, they won this matchup by 30 the last time that these two teams met. So, Dr. John, what matchups have you noticed? What adjustments have you noticed so far?
So St. Louis's game plan is to stay with Loyola's shooters and sag foul off the non-shooters. Sounds great, worked last time. What Loyola's doing is taking their non-shooters, just dribbling up the slack into the paint and challenging St. Louis's big guys, and they're having success. These are classic examples right here, backing into the paint. There's very little resistance because those St. Louis defenders are already inside. So all you have to do is dribble to them and go into their move. And for SLU, the big three right now is being carried by Isaiah Swope. He's having an outstanding half. Avila only 1 point. Jimerson's being chased all over the court. His threes are being limited. We'll see if Coach Schertz can find ways to activate the rest of the big three.
Let's check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, I just caught up with Coach Schertz. The word he said probably 10 times in a 30-second span was physicality. Physicality on both ends. Defensively, he wants them to do a better job on both the post-ups and drives. And then he said offensively, we are playing on our heels. They're playing with more aggression and force than us. So he's looking for a response in physicality on both ends, Doc and Jack.
Copy that. Des Watson, he's the leading scorer, 4 of 7 from the field. He hit a couple of threes as well. Swope, the lead man for St. Louis, 3 of 7 from deep. And this off the backboard rattles out. Swope, a defensive rebound. Anya to the rim. Really good first half from Anya. He Swope begins the second half in similar fashion.
Anya shoots a high percentage because he's a layup and dunk maker, not an outside shooter. He knows who he is. Excellent defender, rebounder, passer. Anya does it all outside of shoot.
Pull-up jumper. That is smooth from Jaden Dawson.
The mid-range and the paint are open. St. Louis is going to take away Loyola's threes. They only have 3 3-point shots in the first half. So what's open? The mid-range. Don't be bashful about that and have your more physical guys back down.
Avila with it. Avila out to set a screen. Swope uses Robbie. Now Swope gives it up. A reversal. Can't get the finish.
Missed it, but great job moving without the ball.
Here's Edwards. Edwards with Johnson on him. Dribbling all over the court. Now he gives it up. Winsue taking his time, and Winsue eventually gets the 2.
Another example, Loyola knows, and St. Louis doesn't have shot blockers. So if St. Louis is going to sag, Loyola is going to challenge him there.
Isaiah Swope, he was looking for Jimerson. Jimerson's still working to get the basketball, coming all the way around. Swope comes back for it. Swope an open look for 3. He stays hot.
And they're chasing him around. Swope's been electric. There's nothing else to do other than tip your head. He's moving without the ball, doing anything he can, and when he gets a little bit of daylight, he's making shots.
Swope has 14. Watson, mid-range, no. Avila the rebound. Swope an opportunity to run, and he will take his time, bring it up the court, and await his teammates. A couple of subs to the scorer's table for the Ramblers.
That's where Robbie loves to get the ball.
Avila the move to the rim, and he took the contact. He'll shoot 2.
Sometimes it's as simple as that. Maybe just get your best player exactly where he likes to get the ball. That's Avila's favorite place. He reads double teams from that spot. Let's look for more for that.
Robbie, a good free throw shooter. He gets the line off, and actually 144 free throws that he shot this season. He hits at 76%. Subs checking in. Wakoria back into the game. Edwards will take a seat.
In Coach Shirt's defense, he usually likes to keep that Avila back down series for late in the game when they really need him. But if they want to go to it now, it might be a little bit early, but Avila's awfully good off of that right block.
Jalen Quinn will bring it up, and he passes it over to Des Watson. Mid-range with a pretty roll out of Jaden Dawson.
What a screen on that play by Quinn. Swope ran into a brick wall. And again, if they're chasing you off the 3, Loyola's happy to take what the defense is giving them. If they're not getting threes, they'll take the mids and the shots at the rim.
To the rim. Isaiah Swope.
And that's against Miles Rubin. Swope just won't stop impressing.
And St. Louis quickly gets this back to just a 2-possession game. Swope now on the defensive end, scoops up a rebound.
So this game's becoming a study in analytics where St. Louis is saying, Loyola, you can't win on mid-range shots, and Loyola is saying, we think we can.
Avila too strong. Watson goes left, the step back and the foul. Killing with the mid-range right now.
It's what's open. They're chasing them off the line, and they're sagging in the lane. So when a guard gets a screen, there's no big guy there hedging. There's no one switching, but there's bigger guys at the rim. So the alternative is the mid-range. And again, this is an analytics debate. The most efficient shots are layups and threes. It's a proven mathematical fact. You don't get as many points per mid-range shot, so that's what's behind St. Louis's defensive game plan here. The question is, you need to make over half of your mid-range shots to make them worth it. Can Loyola do it?
Des Watson has 17 points. Still has 16 minutes to work with. Johnson back to Swope. Under 10 to shoot. Swope, the patented step back. Left it short this time. And rebound to Deloach.
Rare, not great decision. He had Avila with a guard on him on that right block that Avila loved. Should have got it to him.
Here goes Quinn to the rim. Contact down low. Avila there for the block up top. And free throws upcoming for Quinn. 47-39. Loyola Chicago maintains the lead.
I didn't use Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, so an AI agent didn't send me the fastest route to my gate, which has changed.
I'll tell the pilot to hold the plane. They got an app for that, dude.
Agent Force helps Heathrow create a first-class experience. Agent Force. It's what AI was meant to be.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, but Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than old-school pills. Connect with a medical provider at ro.co/sparks.
I gotta get Marcus some new cleats.
I bet you could buy the whole team new cleats with all that money you saved.
Nancy Dawson is passive-progressive.
You know, Nancy, that's actually really...
Nancy doesn't have progressive, so she takes it out on those who do.
You should get Luca private coaching with that. Maybe he'll score a goal. I figured you'd want the whole roll since you've saved hundreds with Progressive.
How many tickets?
2, please.
Don't be passive-progressive.
2 for Becky.
Drivers who switch could save hundreds.
So all eyes will be on Scotty Scheffler as he swings for a third Players' Championship in a row, something that no other PGA Tour golfer has ever accomplished. Currently tied for 16th, although still plenty of time to improve that number. TPC Sawgrass, it is a beauty down there in Ponte Vedra, Florida. You could hit it over that water, couldn't you, Doc?
I don't think I could.
No,
not a golfer. I've tried it, and I was so bad at it. I decided to.
Too tall?
No, just didn't come naturally, and didn't decide to pursue it. But of course, almost all my friends love it. You're good at it. You do it, right?
I'm not the worst. 39-47 as we're coming down to the 15-minute mark. St. Louis trying to chip away. Loyola Chicago has had the answers, though, every time St. Louis puts together a run as Quinn rattles out the opening free throw.
So here's what I'm stunned at. Robbie Avila, 0 field goals. Amazing. Jimerson, 0 three-point shots. And yet St. Louis is only down 8. If I'm on the St. Louis coaching staff, I take that as a positive. I really do. Because besides Swope, they're almost having the worst offensive game of the year. They probably are outside of Swope, and yet it's a single-digit game.
We're going to try to get Jimerson going here. And Jimerson's still well off the mark, and none of these shots have felt particularly close, leaving his hand, and you wouldn't know it, but yesterday it just felt like he couldn't miss. And as shooters know, sometimes it's not the same story 24 hours later.
Well, here's what Jimerson has done lately. 33 against Loyola last time, 4 games ago, and his other games are 23, 35, and 25. So he has been on fire, but shooting has variance. For every time you make 70% of your threes, you're going to have a 10% day, and it averages out to 40.
Anya picked up his 3rd foul. He checks out of the game for St. Louis. Watson, rise and shoot.
He's a man on a mission. Sometimes it's not strategy or skill, but psychology, and Watson's been on a mission from tip-off.
Des Watson has 20. Came into this game the second leading scorer on the team with 12.6 points per game. And McCautry swatted away. But the defense by Deloach. Goes Dawson to the rim, everything but the finish. Deloach there for a defensive rebound. Make that an offensive rebound. Quinn, the no-look pass to the corner, and Dawson can't hit. Jemerson finally secures it for St. Louis.
Deloach was relentless on that possession as well. Ducking in, not letting his man come to block a shot, getting the rebound. Didn't pay off, but the effort was tremendous. And it continues to be by Deloach.
And Robbie lost the rock for a second, got it back, and he will draw the contact on Deloach.
Deloach's defense has been terrific, but this has happened twice now, where he creates a loose ball, gets deflection, but then fouls and holds going for the loose ball.
Subs on either side. St. Louis will bring back Dylan Warlick. And Warlick replaces another true freshman in Amari McCautry. Warlick came in the first half, knocked down a three, and provided some good minutes, so they're going to give him another opportunity.
That's where Avila is best right here. Something usually good happens when he gets the ball here.
Robbie with a size advantage. Goes baseline. This pass is tough to handle and a turnover.
Didn't go well that time. And Avila got stuck under the backboard. That's a bad place to be. He loves this place. Now look, you're under the backboard. What could you possibly do there? It's a bad passing angle. A very uncharacteristic Robbie Avila game, who has been just been a terrific player.
Here's Watson. Watson swings it. Now going toward the basket is Quinn. And good defense there. It's Dylan Warlick. Swope to the left hand. Swope now takes his time. Avila calling for the ball. Now he gets it. Double team comes. Avila through the contact. He'll shoot two. Is there anything that the Ramblers are doing defensively to make it tougher on Robbie, or do you feel like it's just kind of a bit of an off game?
Of course they're making it tough on him. They're leaning on him. They're being physical, but they're not double teaming him.
Yep.
And usually he has his way with that. He reads it, and he's slow, and he's strong, and he backs him in and scores and goes to the free throw line. So he's not playing the way he normally does in this situation, even against good defense.
So Jalen Quinn will take a seat. Winsu back into the game for Loyola. And Robbie able to convert at the free throw line. Sometimes for a shooter, that'll get him moving.
And I just think this scheme is too good, and Avila is too good a player not to figure this out before this game is over.
Avila has 5 points. All of those come by way of free throws. Jemerson gets a steal.
And there's another example of his underrated defense. Someone cuts, but he stays attached.
Swope has the rock on a string. What a pass it was. Just can't get the finish out of his teammate, Kobe Johnson.
Still sagging. Warlick and Avila. They're sticking with the analytics. They're believing in the long run that taking away the threes and protecting the paint will suffice.
The cut by Edwards. He gets the ball in the two.
Mid-range, mid-range, mid-range. It's actually what St. Louis is willing to give up, and Loyola continues to make those shots.
Swope the crossover to Warlick. Warlick fakes a pass. Now he's trying to go up for two. It's smart, and he draws the foul. That's Miles Rubin, the shot blocker who got a piece.
So look at how far off Warlick is and Avila. So they're protecting the paint, but at 15 feet, that's where the opening is. And Warlick did an amazing job as a freshman against the outstanding shot blocker Rubin, because he got Rubin's head under the basket. When you go up against a thinner shot blocker, if you can back them into where their head's under the basket, they can't block a shot.
Warlick only shot 22 free throws on the season, but a good shooter at 73% as subs check back into the game for the Ramblers, a couple of them.
Warlick won 2 state championships in Oklahoma as a high school player, and when I asked the coaches about him, they just said winner. You know, he just does winning things. It's not like he's the best shooter, the best defender, the best rebounder. He's just going to help your team win.
Out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Poked away. McCottry got a piece of it. He wanted Swope to go get the steal. Instead, the Ramblers maintained possession. Dawson for 3.
The one time Swope goes behind the screen, Dawson knocks it down because St. Louis is chasing him off the 3, but one time going under, and they put it up.
Swope to the rim, and he is fouled as Dawson has 11 points on the opposite end of the court. Lead is 12.
Pressuring, they're going over the screen. Now he goes under, and that's all Dawson wants. Just a little bit of room, and the all-conference player knocks it down.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Sparks dissolve under your tongue for results that kick in faster than pills. Plus, their powerful 2-in-1 formula includes tadalafil, so they last longer. Faster, stronger, longer. See if Rose Sparks are right for you.
Tonight, SmackDown brings the energy to Barcelona as the European Tour kicks off with a star-studded night. Friday Night SmackDown. Live tonight at 8, only on USA.
What's it like? Always knowing the truth.
I could just tell.
When anyone is lying.
I think there's been a murder. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
You ever gamble? Because you can make a killing.
Nah.
Poker Face, Sundays at 10 on USA.
When you have MS, like us,
progress is reducing relapses and slowing disability progression.
We take Ocrevus, an infusion treatment that's just 2 times a year.
A prescription for adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis. Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression in RMS and PPMS.
Don't receive Ocrevus if you have an active hepatitis B virus or have had a life-threatening allergic reaction to any of its ingredients. Tell your doctor about your medical history, such as Hep B, vaccinations, and colitis. Ocrevus can cause serious side effects. Some may be life-threatening or lead to hospitalization, disability, or death. Infusion reactions can happen with Ocrevus, as well as infections including respiratory, skin, and herpes. PML, a rare brain infection, can also occur. You will be tested for Hep B as it could come back and may cause serious liver problems. Other serious side effects may include increased risk of cancer, including breast cancer, colitis, and decreases in immunoglobulins.
We choose Ocrevus. That's more progress, less progression.
Ask your doctor about Ocrevus.
Do not miss the 10-part television event, The Americas. Narrated by Tom Hanks, discover the extraordinary life in your own backyard. The Americas, Sunday on NBC and Peacock. So let's check in on the big 3 of St. Louis. Swope, Avila, Jemerson, the only trio averaging 16-plus points in Division I hoops, but they could use 16 out of those 2 below Swope.
I do not gamble because I know how uncertain this game is, but if you told me that I had a gamble and Robbie Avila has 0 field goals, Gibson Jimerson has 0 threes, and you told me I had a bet on that, I would have lost a lot of money. I'm still stunned. St. Louis is still in position to be in position to make a run in this game with that scenario.
St. Louis has cut this deficit back to 5. They've done that 3 times. They haven't gotten closer than that number. The biggest lead for Loyola has been 14. And Swope just trying to keep it tight.
So, you know, you asked me what Loyola's doing, and it's nothing that tactical on Avila. I think it goes back to what Coach Shirt said, physicality. Like, they are just pushing them off the lane.
Recoria drops it down to Edwards. Sheldon Edwards, one more pass. Now trying to go baseline. Avila got a piece. Edwards for 3, and Edwards airballs it. and Warlick stays in the lineup as Avila comes out and demands the basketball. Jemerson coming for a three. Warlick left wide open. Hit the backboard before it hit anything else.
Both coaches going with the analytics. Warlick missed an earlier three, but they don't believe he could do it consistently. They invited him to shoot that shot.
To Loach, to Winsue. Edwards comes to get it. Winsue, one more pass. To Loach at the rim. He can't hit. Avila, good defense and a good board. Swope for three. That's an air ball. It was well defended. The possession is going toward the Ramblers.
St. Louis saying that shot was blocked or grazed. Awfully close. And, you know, based on the rotation of the ball, ooh, there's the fingernail on it. Not just a fingertip. A fingertip. They were right.
Well, this great crew want to correct themselves.
Wow.
Right, it is a little bit, just a tiny bit, just a piece.
It's just a tiniest piece of skin. It's not a game of inches, that's millimeters.
And a miss here, and a foul. And Mari McCautry took the contact. Dawson Hall, Jerry Heater, as well as Trey Styons, our crew today.
Dawson did nothing wrong on that play. It was a good box out. Maybe a little too physical for the officials, but he's doing the right thing.
Coria trying to check back in. And he will. And taking a seat would be Jaden Dawson. And Dawson picked up his 4th foul in that sequence.
Loyola goes zone into man, which I like, because Ruben protecting the rim out of bounds center is a good thing.
Avila high off the glass.
Just a matter of time, and Avila is very good going left. Maybe better going left than right.
And a foul on McCautry, way too far away from the basket.
I agree with you, Jack. Never loved those fouls that far out.
It's the first field goal for Robbie.
Amazing. Ruben was never in position, and Avila recognized it. There's the sagging.
Ruben to set a screen, now rolling to the basket. Edwards defended well. Here goes Swope. Isaiah Swope to the left.
Swope is quick, skilled, and fearless. He went at a much bigger defender, didn't blink an eye.
Swope has 20. A 6-0 St. Louis run to cut the lead to 6.
The defense turns into offense. St. Louis, we've been saying it, they haven't been good, but they've been hanging around. They're in position to be in position.
You know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Indulge responsibly with Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
Food is Gina's passion, but diabetes is threatening to take that all away. With Dexcom G7, Gina learned how different foods affect her sugar levels in real time, so she doesn't have to choose between the foods that she loves and her health.
The booking app I used didn't have Agent Force, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside or know what I like to eat, which is not that.
What's up, my brother? Oh, hey, bud. We really needed this rain, right?
Agent Force helps restaurants prevent dining disasters.
Paddle on over.
It's what AI was meant to be.
We got you, brother.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
For plant-based healthy blood pressure support, there's one brand at Walmart that stands above the rest.
It's Super Beats. Discover why more cardiologists recommend Super Beats for heart health support than any other beat brand at superbeats.com.
Stand Up to Cancer accelerates the pace of research by bringing scientists together to work on the most difficult problems in cancer.
When you know that a study that you designed will have an immediate impact on the patient sitting in front of you, I don't think there's a better feeling than that.
We truly want to impact every single patient we provide care for.
Your support is critical to our research. Without it, we would not be able to change and improve our patients' lives.
Stand Up to Cancer with us at standuptocancer.org.
The Ramblers are breaking it down here. 5 immersive worlds, one amazing theme park beyond anything you've experienced before. Explore the thrills of Universal Epic Universe, opening May 22nd at Universal Orlando Resort. I bet those two will be there.
They got some serious moves.
I've never seen that before.
They're impressive.
That is the 2-man wave, I believe. Wow.
Boy, these teams, only 3 turnovers just this whole half. 1 turnover the last 18 minutes.
And let's bring in Kim.
Hey guys, just in that St. Louis huddle as they mount this comeback, defensive rebounding was a huge emphasis there so that they can get out in transition. Also on defense, playing with active hands against the mid-range, and then look for them to get some back screens going on the offensive end of the floor.
Most definitely, Kim, and that was Warlick with an opportunity for that one, and possession will stay here with the Ramblers. Winsu to Rubin. They give Rubin plenty of space, and now Rubin's going to use it. Shot off the mark, and St. Louis gets it back.
So, for a game plan to work, sometimes people talk about adapting or adjusting. Sometimes you need to be convicted. And clearly, St. Louis is going on the side of convicted.
Avila to the rim, no.
They're consistently going to sag off the 2 non-shooters, chase the shooters.
Winsu was fouled on the dribble, so it won't be a shot. And that will be the 5th team foul on St. Louis, so he won't shoot the 1-and-1 either.
Well, St. Louis is staying the course. I'm impressed. I can't wait to see how it plays out, because we're talking a 2-possession game here. So it hasn't worked great, but they're right there, and they're chipping away with this game plan.
And Swope is going to pick up a foul. So that is 3 on Swope. Winsu navigating the defense. He kicks it over to Miles Rubin. Rubin hands it off for Watson. Watson a spin. Watson high shot. And a nice look.
So that's 22 now for Watson. And you heard Coach Valentine at halftime say, I don't know why he's not an all-conference player. He had a good point. He said, if we only have 1 all-conference player, why did we finish ahead of all these other teams?
Sloan for 3. And that is right on time for St. Louis.
5-point game.
23 points for Isaiah Swope. Warlick there defensively, and he is trying to hold his ground, and he's able to, and he's able to pull down the defensive rebound as well. Isaiah Swope, he's starting to feel it. Avila over to set the screen. Swope says, I don't need it.
He crossed him. And he's doing the most muscular.
Swope has 15 points in 12 minutes this half alone. And he needs to be smart on the defensive end. Slamming it home is Winsu. This game has gotten interesting in a hurry. Warlick over to set a screen. Swope this time will use it.
How about Coach Valentine putting the 6'7" wingsuit on the 5'10" slope, saying, Yilson, it's up to you now.
Jefferson to Warlick, and he sure did travel.
Swope has been sweet for the Billikens, filling it up, crossing people over, leading the comeback.
And Doug.
You'll be back. Emus can't help people customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. You're just a flightless bird.
No, he's a dreamer, Frank.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. That bird really did it.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. I feel like I lose track of at least $500 a month.
Yeah, maybe that's because you still use spreadsheets. Haven't you heard of Rocket Money?
No, but you're probably going to cut me off and tell me it.
It's an app that tracks your spending in real time, lowers bills, and helps you find and cancel sneaky subscriptions.
Sign me up.
Stay on track with your finances and download Rocket Money today.
When things go sideways, will you be ready? Meet the new Patriot Power Generator 1200, a solar generator that's lightweight with more capacity and more life cycles, and recharges twice as fast, all at a fraction of the price. In a blackout, power lights, TVs, medical equipment, even your fridge. No gas, fumes, or noise. It's safe to use inside your home. This is about peace of mind. Get your new solar generator and free solar panel at forpatriots.com.
At Loyola University Chicago, tomorrow isn't soon enough. We make an impact today. We learn to lead on a world stage. Top-ranked teaching ignites our minds to innovate, always with purpose. A dynamic community sparks our spirit to reimagine and solve what is possible. We won't wait to build a brighter future. We do it today. We are Loyola University Chicago.
So we're filling in the bracket now on Friday, March the 14th. St. Bonaventure, VCU, that kicked the day off. VCU, they advanced. They look good going in. St. Louis and Loyola Chicago right now going at it. George Washington as well as George Mason. That's 5 p.m. on USA. And then on Peacock later on, it's Dayton and St. Joe's. That's 7:30 p.m. this evening. Bernadette McGlade, the A10 commissioner, on hand. She's been enjoying some hoops. We've seen her at all these games. I don't think she's left the arena.
She's had a great run as Atlantic 10 commissioner. She was my commissioner, and you think of all the teams that have had great success under her, and she's overseen one of the country's best basketball conferences.
St. Louis done a heck of a job to keep this game tight. Just a 4-point game. Defensive intensity has picked up. Drop a pass in, trying to sell a charge is Robbie Avila. The ref looks at him and shakes his head no. Robbie still with some words, and the ref still shaking his head no.
So they've gotten away from the flop rule, largely because they feel like if someone flops and gives up a layup, they've already penalized themselves.
See if Avila can channel that frustration. He's able to draw a foul.
And Loyola going inside against that, like you catch the ball with 1 foot in the paint, the officials say, listen, you're a big, strong guy, you're 6'10", 250. He did not hit you that hard. Did you see the little elbow coming out over there? Yeah, Coach Sturks might have reason to be disappointed, if not for the initial shoulder, the push-off with the elbow afterwards.
And Avila, his tough day continues as he misses the free throw. Jalen Quinn kicks. Des Watson, one more pass. Now at the rim, DeLoach. And DeLoach is flexing on Robbie.
They're taking away threes. Loyola only has 4. They're taking away backdoor cuts, but Loyola taking what the defense gives them. The paint. And mid-range.
A 6-0 run after St. Louis had cut it to 4 and Swope a giveaway at the worst possible time.
Going inside, single coverage. St. Louis staying with coverage with shooters. And the back down just works. And in Robbie Avila's defense, last time he walled up, thought he took a charge. They didn't give it to him. So this time he was more hesitant to do that.
They're taking it at him. The Ramblers once again building the lead.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance. Liberty.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty. She's 2.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty.
So there's some separation between the leading scorers on both rosters. Swope with 26, Watson with 22, and nobody else really close to that. Dawson has 11. That would be the next closest in terms of points.
Both teams are intent on taking away the other shooters, but Swope and Watson have refused to be held down literally. But the others, that's all part of the game plan. Both teams sagging, both teams chasing shooters, but the battle of the paint is going to the Ramblers.
Swope had 2 straight three-pointers to cut that deficit all the way down to 2, but since it's been a 6-0 run.
Ramblers with a 14-point advantage, 34-20 in paint points.
Kick to the corner. Corner 3 off the mark, left it short. And Amari McCautry, the true freshman, rising for the rebound. Avila the spin. Back to Swope. Coach Schertz, he is orchestrating the offense over there from the sideline. Back to Avila. One of the best looks that he's had all day, and he knocks it down.
The pick and pop works. Usually it's the defense conversion on Avila. Right now, because of Swope's productivity, they're putting 2 people on Swope. They'll be able to go pick and pop more with Avila. He'll be open on that because of Swope.
Robbie has 10 now with 9 points this half. Nice defense on the other end of the court to get the block.
Go right back to the pick and pop.
Avila, he's called for the ball. Now he's going to take him to the post and a reach in and a foul. He will head back to the free throw line.
Yesterday, Coach Valentine told me, late in the game, we're going to double team Swope. Here's the 2 defenders being drawn to him. And that pick and pop has worked all year for St. Louis. It's something they can keep going to. Then Avila on the other end, walling up with the good defensive play. Then he draws the foul down here. This is more the Robbie Avila that the country has seen in the last 2 years.
He lives at the free throw line throughout the course of the season. Shot 144 free throws, most on the team. And he's a good free throw shooter, although he can't hit the front end here. He's just been struggling. 76% free throw shooter and can't get the first. It's a big free throw. Corner 3, off the mark.
Surprise, Coach Valentine, 2 great plays with great looks from 3, but you're having so much success in the paint.
St. Louis can make it a 1-possession game. Robbie turns baseline, looking now for Swope. Straight back to him. Avila, left hand, yes!
That's what he does, and usually he scores a lot inside, and when you double team him, he finds people, so that formula can still work here. It's just a 3-point game, 1-possession game. Again, will the analytics, the conviction of staying with this game plan pay off in the long run for St. Louis?
Des Watson, 6 to shoot. Picks it back, and they return the rock to Watson. Watson the fadeaway. Shot no good, but tipped back for an offensive rebound. That was Miles Rubin to set up the 3. And Edwards knew exactly what to do once the basketball came back his way.
Edwards, a terrific shooter, was just waiting for an open look. At first, I was like, no, 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 yes.
Swope can't hit. So as St. Louis had cut this to a one-possession game, the lead jumps back to 6.
Remember, it was Rubin's offensive rebound that set up Edwards, who is a terrific shooter, just hasn't had open looks. Took an offensive rebound to get one, and he knocked it down.
We have seen the length of Rubin really impact this game. Another 3, this time no good. Avila the rebound.
We'll go one-on-one from there. Doesn't.
Robbie to the post. Using that size, using his frame. Can't get the shot. As Watson taking his time. Kamani Winsu gives it up for Rubin. Rubin trying to get it to Edwards. Rubin left with plenty of space. He attacks. He can't get the shot, and there's a foul on the boards. Loyola Chicago will get free throws when we come back in a 1-and-1 opportunity. Lead is 6, 66-60 over St. Louis.
There are some feelings you can get with any sports book.
The highs! No, no, no!
The no-no-nos.
Oh!
The oh-oh-ohs. Now, what you want to do with this? But the feeling that no matter what, you're taken care of.
Oh, I just earned a hotel suite.
You only get that here at the sportsbook Born in Vegas, where they know how to treat you right.
Who you talking to, Jamie Foxx?
Bonus bets, exclusive offers, real-world rewards. BetMGM. Download and bet today.
It doesn't matter where you work. If you're stuck in the same position all day, it's not good for you. That's why we created the original VeriDesk, the world's leading standing desk solution. Imagine working happier and healthier with a workspace designed for your comfort. VeriDesks are easy to set up in minutes, and they're built to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your work and your well-being. Shop our sale and make your dream office a reality.
My world is in constant motion. The gym, the airport, the spotlight. I've learned that when I'm comfortable, I'm able to slow things down. The Uri DreamNet moves with me, stretches as I stretch, and keeps me steady through it all. So even though I'm always on the move, it's the comfort of DreamNet that keeps me grounded.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just Netflix and Spotify.
All right, it's saying you have 13 subscriptions, which is costing you around $270 a month.
What?
You can cancel the ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund.
With 1:37 to play, it has been the shooting of Watson. Edwards hit a big 3. Deloach has 9 points off the bench, but they now have 3 guys in double digits from a scoring perspective. Watson, Dawson, and Edwards. Watson's hit 3 triples. Edwards now with a couple. See if St. Louis can come up with an answer. Every time they put together a run, there has been the answer the other way from the Ramblers, and now heading to the free throw line is Kamani Winsu, 64% free throw shooter on the season. 1-and-1 opportunity for Winsu. And he left it well short. Offensive rebound. That was tipped up by Miles Rubin. He has had some key offensive boards in this game. Seven to shoot. Back tip. McCottry got a piece of it. Avila calling for the basketball. Size advantage there. He's calling for it back.
Really surprised he gave it up.
Here's Swope. Swope gives it up for Warlick. And Warlick traveled. When he's caught that basketball in the post, sometimes it gets a little frantic.
Yeah, Avila and Swope have scored the last 15 points for St. Louis. Really thought Avila was going to keep that ball and continue his back down on that left block over there facing the basket.
Timeout, we will stay. If you're Josh Schertz over there in this huddle, what's the key message you want to get through?
Well, first of all, you needed to get a stop. And, boy, it's getting down right now. I wouldn't foul. I would press. I'd go for a turnover. I would play it out. I wouldn't foul because I don't want to make it a 3-possession game if that's not necessary. And then I would just play basketball on the other end. I always like Avila on that left block facing the basket, but he's got a lot of stuff in his playbook. Obviously, a 3 would be nice. I like something called the grenade action, where you could take Avila off the block and then bring Swope from the top of the key, off the screen, sprinting down to the corner off of an Avila handoff. There's a million things they could do. That's just one example. But I'd look for a 3 for Swope through Avila on the block. But you need to stop first, and I wouldn't want to foul and make it a 3-possession game. I would absolutely try to press and force a turnover.
Gibson and Jimerson has been the sharpshooter all season long. They finished the year with 33, 23, and 35 the last 3 games. He was 20 of 40 from 3 over that stretch, but it has not been his day. Just 4 points, and he's 0-4 from deep.
But like you said, only 4 attempts. They are not even letting him get a look.
Anya got a piece, and we'll do it again.
So this is a really good defensive lineup. Avila out of the game. This is the lineup to cause a turnover.
The Ramblers are yelling for a sub, and they're going to bring Winsu back in. And they'll have him take it out, or he will at least replace the man who is taking it out. And they will. The Kamani Winsu to pass it in.
59 seconds remaining.
And he gets it to Watson. Now Watson the crossover, and he is fouled by McCautry. McCautry didn't like the call, but it seemed pretty clear cut.
I don't mind that. Again, I prefer not fouling, and he didn't try to foul. He went for the turnover, and the turnover is really the prize in this situation. Close.
Yeah, he did get some basketball on that second look.
Close.
And Watson able to hit. Des Watson, a good free throw shooter, shoots it better than 70%.
Yeah, 23 points now, and to bring it up again, Coach Valentine emphatic that he felt Watson should be on this all-conference team. And Watson playing with a desire to win and a chip on his shoulder as well.
Sub-checking back in is Coria.
So now if you're Loyola right here, you just want to keep them in front of you, make them come up and get it and run clock, and preferably not foul and stop the clock. Don't let them go.
Here goes Swope to the rim. Quick 2. Lead cut back to 6. 68-62 with 47.3 to play. Into Dawson. He kicks it across the court. And a foul at that spot. It would be against McCautry. So a quick 2 fouls for McCautry. Sends Jalen Quinn to the free throw line. He's a 76% free throw shooter. 1-and-1 opportunities. 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Make it 1 out of 3 today. 4 subs checking into the game for Loyola Chicago. And they have been busy working that bench this last minute or so. 43.1 to play. And a whistle. Referees are checking the clock here.
Shot clock, please.
You want to take a 3, or what are you thinking here for Coach Schertz?
I don't think that matters. I think you get to the rim, take what the defense gives you, just score as quick as possible.
Well, Swope was straight to the rim, last chance down the court. Swope pulls up from 3, fires, and that is off the mark. So now you have issues. You got to do something quickly. Ramblers passing it around. Ramblers are still passing it around, and they're going to get it down to 26.5 seconds.
So last year, the top seeds all lost in the quarterfinals. This year, we're 2 for 2 with the better seeds prevailing.
Warlick back in. McCotcher will take a seat as Jaden Dawson heads to the free throw line. He's a 74% free throw shooter. First trip to the free throw line today. Does have 11 points. And he hits it. Off the back of the iron. So here comes Kobe Johnson. Knows he has to make quick work, and Johnson can't get a clean look away. Swope flashing for the basketball. Defense is all over it. Ramblers defense very impressive. These closing sequences is Swope able to hit a shot through that defense and cut this back down to now a 7-point advantage for Loyola.
So much to admire in St. Louis from Gibson Jimerson staying the course with St. Louis, saying I wanted to be a Billiken, I love this school, I wanted to leave a legacy. He did. Robbie Avila, who frankly turned down enormous sums of money because of his relationship and belief in Coach Schertz and what he does and wanting to play with his Indiana teammate Isaiah Swope. You see a lot of emotion over there, especially with Jimerson coming to the bench. And what a great job by St. Louis to, in the first year of Coach Schertz's era, to produce a 20-win season. Or 19-win, 1 short. But a great year nonetheless.
Swope did everything he could to try to keep this game close. Really needed some help from Robbie, needed some help from Gibson, Jimerson as well. And he just couldn't get it. Some performance, though, by the Ramblers coming in here, and they will get the win 72-64 to knock off St. Louis.
And a bit of history, too. Loyola Chicago's first ever A10 tournament win. Of course, they've only been in the league for 3 years and have the best record in the league over the last 2 years at 27-9, but now for the first time advancing in the tournament.
They were terrific on their home court throughout the entirety of the season. 16-1 record, 21-10 overall. 5-5 they were on the road. This is their first win on a neutral court. Comes on the A10 tournament court here in Washington, D.C. as we update the bracket. That is 76-59 was the score of game number 1 as VCU moved on. And now the Ramblers 72-64 as they advance. George Washington and George Mason heading your way. That's 5 p.m. Eastern time, so about 58 minutes away from that tip on USA. And we check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. Coach, your fans are loving this one. And this was a game where St. Louis would never really fully go away. What was the most impressive aspect of your team's performance today?
Our defensive execution of our game plan. I mean, you never know who's going to win, but we had kind of been preparing for St. Louis in some sort of a way. And we put in kind of a new double team. And you'll ask Des, we didn't do that. We didn't walk through that until yesterday. And for us to be able to do what we did against Robbie Avila and Jimerson, those two guys, salute to these guys because they believe that they're, one of the best teams in the country, and they believe that we can get it done. So my hat's off to these guys. And I hope everybody could see that Des Watson is clearly an all-league player. I said it to you at halftime, and it's just honestly ridiculous. But I'm happy that he got to show that he's an all-league player today.
And this is your school's third year in the A10, but today is your first ever A10 tournament win, first trip to the semifinals. What does this mean for your program?
I mean, it's great, but it doesn't mean anything unless we can continue to try to capitalize on it. So I know this group's not content. I pulled Des out. He said that's just one. So we know that we got to really, really bring our hard hats, our A game, because a lot of respect for VCU, what they've been able to do this year. Their players, Coach Odom's a great coach. So we got to bring it again tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, Coach. Thanks so much.
Well, that's some job by the coaching staff after losing by 30 to come back and get the win when it matters most. 72 for the Ramblers, 64 for St. Louis for our great producer, Billy Matthews. Our great director, Chuck Danmeyer, Chuck D, we call him. Dr. John Giannini, Kim Adams working the sideline, our entire crew. I'm Jack Collinsworth saying thanks for watching Big Ten Hoops back at 5 p.m. right here on USA Network. You can catch George Washington taking on George Mason. Always fun to be